damn good coffee. And hot. So today's coffee is from Kenya. It's a AA coffee. It's really good. It's from Algerian coffee store in Soho, so I recommend it. Yeah, so today I'm gonna reshuffle some of my nodes in Mari and start to consolidate the structure. So for you that's new here, it's about Mari painting this time, and it's node-based Mari. So yeah, we're gonna dive into it soon after I had my coffee. So you're gonna be here today for about an hour, so in about 45 minutes was the time. If there's people on the chat, I will take questions. So yeah, let's dive into it, I guess. Just gonna see here if everything's going, and I think the stream is on, so we're live. So it's episode 5 of this texturing and Mari monograph. And yeah, let's dive into it. Just gonna finish my coffee, so I get the energy. Yeah. See here. Getting prepared now. So, if you wanna hang out, drink coffee, texture Mari, subscribe to my channel, and let's dive into it now. Okay, so we left off here the last time. So I'm gonna do some reshuffling of stuff here now. So we left off, we have the albedo down there. And it's nothing to see at the moment, I guess. And then we have some painted material, some alloy and rubber. So I was going to make some masks, so let's do that first. So I'm starting down here with some mask. So yeah, I'm just gonna paint away, and so the chat's gonna be open later, and if you see this on a rerun, leave your comments below and I will try to address them the next time. So yeah, let's see. So I think I have a mask over here. Rubber. Yeah. let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna take this one. It's gonna make a few jump nodes here. So we have the bookmark node. That's a good one. So bookmark there. And I'm gonna have one over here somewhere. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna put some shortcuts here. Extension pack, node graph. Where is it? There we go. Let's see, bookmark. Shift N. Let's try that. Yeah. Okay. If someone can hear, it's my dog. It's Nala that barks. So let's call this rubber. So need another one. So this is gonna be all the material that's kind of green. So essentially it's all of this. And that. And this. Okay, so I'm making a few masks here now. So let's call that ISO body. So I just patched fill those in the mask. And so I already have this one, so I can actually make a compound mask out of this. So base, I'm gonna invert this. And multiply that. So that's gonna be my, that's the body, or that's the body, and that's the rubber. So we can name this rubber mask. And I'm gonna make channels so as well, if I wanna export this. ISO body. And that's gonna be my rubber. Okay, there we go. I have 2 masks, so body, rubber, this one. Painted red. So what else? We need alloy. So I'm just making masks now. So I use the masks for a shortcut actually. So it's more like shortcuts, because in Jens Caffit's extension pack you can go here. If I demonstrate this. Oops, I hate when that happens. What's it called? Vector paint. I have to. So I think it's V. Yeah, it just drives me nuts. I always accidentally hit the V button. Okay, so I was saying bookmarks. So if I'm over here somewhere now, for example, you can go to take each channel somewhere. And you can go to, where is it? Node graph, focus channel. If you right click, and then you're gonna end up onto the channel node. So that's kind of a way of making a bookmark. So this is something that Jens added on my behalf into the extension pack, and I thank you for it, Jens. Okay, what else do we need? Yeah, we need to do the actual mask actually. So it's gonna be these. I guess it's those. Let's see. Let's take those as well. Fill the patch with white. There you go. So what else? We have that's the body, rubber. We mask for that one. This one, let's make the glass as well. So another paint node, so hit the P button for paint node, tab and type channel, name it ISO. So I make scalar channels 8-bit at the moment. It's just to make the actual export channel, and it's more like a bookmark actually. So, but it makes me something that I can go back to quickly if I want to. ISO glass. And oops. Whoops, I'm hitting the wrong button there. I was trying to get the why is my wireframe not working anymore? Did I remap something? Oh well. Or hold on, I know. It's actually working, it's just my wireframe is set to black. Silly me. Can be good sometime. Okay, so we actually need to do some painting here. So if I hit Control-1, I think this is extension pack as well. You isolate selected, and that's something I use all the time. It's so useful. It's the best thing. It's like when you can use it in Maya, and the isolate selected. It's my #1 most used function in Mari. Almost. It's really good. So let's paint this. So actually, interesting. Ah, the UV was overlapping there. Oh well, I can shift it later. Anyway. So if you can see this, write something in the chat so I know it's working. And if you know new here, I will answer questions in the end. So in about 45 minutes, I'm planning to go around an hour today. And on Sunday, what date is it? On Sunday, the 30th. I'm planning to do a around 2 hour live session from 1800 London time. So make sure to schedule on Sunday around 1800 hours London time. So wherever you are in the world, you have to check. And then I'm gonna go more in depth. So yeah, right now I'm just gonna do some ISOs and prepare stuff. And so glass. Actually, we need to do some masking here as well. Can do it like that. See, I'm gonna mask this because I don't want. Okay, so we have this one, and invert. Okay. And then I want to multiply that together. And I don't like to multiply, I just have a clamp on all my masks like that. Now it's an 8-bit channel, it wouldn't do anything, but if you have a 16-bit channel and you multiply stuff together or subtract, you might wanna, oops, not have a clamp in the end, just to be sure, so you don't get like super black or super white values into your masks. Can be dangerous. Okay, so let's check. I have the glass, the body, rubber, red material, that one. Can start there. Okay, so I'm gonna take this. So the question is, does the live chat work? Can anyone say something in the live chat? If I write hello, just to, let's see, let's try the chat. So if I go to like this, I wrote hello there. So can anyone say hello? And we'll see. There's 3 people on, so someone could probably say something in the chat. Maybe you're on a device, a phone or something, so you can't use, I'm not sure if you can use the chat on a phone. Let's see. Anyway, this is Mori Null Graph live session, and my name is Peter Aversten. So I have this blog called Meshmen, and it's about VFX cinematography, and I work as a lead texture artist, and so this is my noodling around at home, trying to educate the Mori community for the things I picked up during the years. So I've been working in VFX for 17 years now, and before that I was working 8 years Photoshop retouching. So yeah, I worked in Mori, no, from Mori 0.9 or something, alpha, whatever it was. What was it, 9 years ago? And in Photoshop I started when it was 2.5, so it was just color was introduced, but I haven't really worked in Photoshop for a long time, so it's more like painting tileable textures and stuff. So yeah, okay, let's get back to this. So I'm gonna do some structure, and okay, so let's name this. call backdrop oops, that's the wrong one. I'm just gonna start to arrange stuff here. Wanna have some order into this chaos. Okay, so my mask is gonna go down there. Dirt mask. I wish it was a little simpler to get the backdrop sometime. Whoops. There we go. So this is my bakes. Okay, let's do something here. Bakes, gray, ISO. Okay. Yep. Need another bookmark. Can make a channel. AO bakes. It's not the best curvature map in the world, but can use it as a base. Okay. Radio. Just gonna start to do some masks here. So I think I'm gonna start with a metal mask and some kind of wear and tear on this. So I'm gonna try the histogram scan. I'm gonna temporarily turn off my color management. Let's see, I can do it up here as well. Bookmark. Okay, I want to have access to theirs easily. Okay, so let's start with that, I think. So I want to have that in the bottom here. Base. And I want a axis projection. So let's see what we have to play with. Not much. Let's see, what's this? I can drag it in, see what happens. Maybe, we'll see. So we can start with a histogram scan just to see what happens. And do an overlay. Maybe. Okay. That's why. Let's see, histogram scan. I just want something at the moment. It's a little too much, we'll see. Can fix this later. So the histogram scan node is more like a it's the position and the contrast around the position. So it's a really useful node to dial masks like this and shift them. So that's something I do a lot. You can also use something I used before I had a histogram scan. Brightness lookup was something I also use a lot. If you wanna do contrast. Can do some clever stuff with this as well. So yeah, but it's easier to use the histogram scan now because you have a the position slider is easier to just go and see what happens. So like that range or this range or so yeah. Let's see what else. So I'm gonna do some general breakup as well. So let's do a merge node, axis projection again, and see. I have to spend some time gathering tileable textures until the next time, so that's something I'm planning to do. So on Sunday I'm gonna do some more hands-on tileables and start to build the actual skeleton here and refine masks and stuff. So let's see here. Okay, image manager. Do we see it? Yeah. Grunge. So let's see, I haven't sorted this, it's kind of chaotic. This one might come in handy. Oops. So that's kind of cool. If you drag a tile, like an image into the node graph, you see you automatically get a tiled node. So I will, it would be nice to be able to specify what, if instead of having a tile node that you get a pop-up, do you want to insert a tile or a axis projection or anything? Because sometimes you actually want it to be an axis projection. So that's something, maybe you can do it, Jens. So this is a feature request for either Jens or Foundry. If I have a node here, a tileable texture, if I drag it into the node graph, I want a pop-up instead of just taking the tiled. Do you want to, and you can define a few different nodes that you have to choose from. So tile this one and the axis projection or a 3-planar would be cool, because that's something I do a lot. So, but right now if I want the axis projection, I have to go into the image here, drag it into there, and then I get the axis projection. So axis projection is kind of like a 3-planar, but instead of mapping the 3 top, side and front, it uses one image for all of the projections. So that's good. Let's see. So I'm not really thinking too much of the actual look at the moment. I'm just playing around with some masks and see what I can achieve easily here. I'm not sure if that's successful. I think I have to rebake the curvature a little better. It's kind of low res. Maybe if I invert it. And do something with it. Let's see what we have. Okay, let's see, what do we have? So I'm just experimenting right now with different values to see what I can achieve. I don't like that texture, but I will definitely use it later on for other type of effects. Okay, let's try something else. So I have to gather some tileables. That I want to play with. So these ones actually downloaded from it's a Substance Tileable Substance Painter. So I'm playing with Substance as well when I'm not playing with Mari. And they have some nice tileables actually. I just have to organize them a little better. This one might be cool as a general breakup. So let's see. So I'm gonna make something out of this, I think. Just gonna have it a few times. Just gonna merge it. Okay, so we have a question. How did you get that curvature? I guess we're talking about this one, right? It's baked in the Modo. This one is baked in the Modo renderer, the bake. And it's called Curvature High Pass. I haven't installed it, so it comes with the extension pack that Jens Kaffitz. So let's go to Jens' site. Jens. So if you're not using it, I encourage you to go to there's a lot of really nice stuff here, and the render it comes with a couple of presets also for baking. So and it's curvature high pass. So I'm not sure, maybe the stream is a little bad, I'm not sure, but it says it might work. I'll go on. Okay, so let's do something here. I just wanna combine this a few times. So how's the stream? Does anyone, can you say if it's okay or not? I'm not sure if it's working okay. So I'll continue. So I'm thinking about taking one of those, doing something like this. Okay, so not typos, but the one with the outlines. Okay, you mean this one? That's a histogram scan. It's why it feeds. This is the baked curvature, and I have a histogram scan node. So what that does is can make a new one. You have the position around where you want the like the middle value to be leveled around, kind of, and the threshold slider. I'm not sure if that's what you mean. So I use this to contrast around a certain value. So bring the contrast to 1, it's gonna be super crisp around that value. It's just gonna be that value that's gonna be like the center, kind of. So I hope that's what you was asking for. So that this is a way of making this kind of mask out of a grayscale image. Okay, let's do an overlay again, maybe, just to see. So something to play with. So to disable a node, hit the D. It's similar to nuke. Okay, so yeah, that answered the histogram scan node, and it's a extension pack node, so it doesn't ship with Mari by default. So this is again Jens Caffit's node, and it's super useful for doing this type of breakup masks. Let's rename this so it's not so I hate when I get this kind of super Okay, so I think I need a general breakup on these masks now as well. So another axis projection. And let's see what we have. I can actually probably use this one as well. Let's see what we can do. Histogram scan maybe. Again, it's a useful node. It's gonna be too harsh. So let's see, we have a few questions here, or I'm just gonna switch over to chat so people can see this later. Okay, so we have this question. Great and intensive use of the node graph, yes. Always like new compositing, yes. I've been using node graph since beta of 3. So yes, I use node graph. Unless I'm doing something really basic, then I don't really use it. More like painting touch-ups or masks, but when I want to do something more serious, I use the node graph. So yeah, it's a little depending on what type of assets you're working on, but definitely for something hard surface or also something organic that's depending on a lot of masks and stuff, then I would definitely set it up with the node graph, because then you're more free to do changes later on, because I kind of try to work as broad as I can, not defining painted stuff in the beginning. I like to be, I really like the use of masks and procedural kind of workflows with tileables and clouds, noises and everything. That's, if I swap the model, it's not gonna affect so much. I just have to repaint a few masks, if that makes sense. So that's something I try to do. And because if I swap this model now, anything I have done so far is kind of just, I have to rebake the curvature, but all of this, it's still gonna be valid because it's kind of like axis projections. Or all of this, hold on, all of this, if I swap the model out now, I have to rebake this one, obviously, but everything else here is kind of it doesn't really need to know about the UVs at this moment. So yeah, let's see what we can do here. I think I want to treat this a little more gentle. So brightness lookup is something I usually go for then. So this is gonna be a mask, so I can rather kind of turn off the color management. I want to see the true linear values when I work with masks. So that's something we can take a check here as well. So this is the linear value. Let's gonna check, yeah. Okay, so it's not the most high-res image. So let's see what we can do. I want to do something that's okay. And then I want to make a cloud, but I want an extended cloud. I want to merge that. Let's see, something very big. And then I want to scale it in Y. So something a little streaky. Let's look at that. Play with some blending modes, see what we get. Okay. So I'm just experimenting at the moment. So I might change stuff around kind of soon. So let's see. Here we go. Okay, so we have occlusion. That's something I want to use now. Let's take it down here somewhere. I'm just gonna store my bakes and stuff down here. Yeah, so I'm thinking about wrapping in about 15 minutes. So if there's questions, fire away now. And I will I will be back on Sunday again. So on Sunday, 1800 London time, I will do another 2-hour session. So prepare questions and stuff for then and be back. So I will try to go make some progress on this for the next time and show you more stuff. So yeah, so let's see if we have some more questions here. What do you use the high pass baking for? So yeah, I use the Moldo to bake the high pass. And yeah, or I use the curvature, I mean, for the, I'm not sure if that was you mean. Okay, so let's see where we were. So I want the occlusion here. Oops. Let's fire away here again. So yet in about 50 minutes I'm gonna end this session. Okay, so let's take this. I just want to have a few. So I'm gonna do something here maybe. Okay, I already had the brightness lookup, so that's good. Something really brutal there. Let's add that into the mix as well. Let's take a multiply. So I'm gonna do another pass of breakup on this later, maybe some painted as well. So this is gonna be more like it's been lightly scuffed. So I wanna use that somewhere, like here somewhere. Let's place this. And let's say that it's slightly scuffed. So we have to add it as a screen. And then I have to have another breakup on top, either painted or as a procedural tree-planar. So I could just do something right now as a mock-up. So let's take a paint node and make it white, for example. So I can either do it here actually. And I have to multiply that and start to take the scuff, for example, here. You get the drift. So now if I look up here, I can start to incorporate some kind of general breakup. So that's something I'm gonna play with later. And then I have the option to go back here and play with my settings. If I want more of the general, I can just tweak this node. If I wanna take away some of this, then I go to the amount. So we have the option to treat this mask. And later on, if I, for example, want to decide that I don't want the mask to, like for example this where I want it to be pristine, I can go here, add another merge, take one of the ISOs here, for example the alloy, radio node. Let's say that I want to mask with this node. I thought I mapped that last time. Let's see. Over. So I need to invert this. Multiply. So now I can mask off areas with my ISOs, but I would probably do that on a up here, where this is more like a general one, then I can have another level of breakup per part basis as well. So that's something I can play with. Okay, so it's starting to get close to the end, and I'm thanking everyone for being here today, and I enjoy having you here. And for you who are new here, Meshmen Studio and the Maya channel is about VFX, cinematographer, gear reviews, and yeah, focus on texturing because that's what I do on a daily basis. I work as a lead texture artist at MPC, and yeah, thanks for hanging out. So on Sunday, again, 1800 London time. Let's take the chat back so people can see. On 1800 on Sunday, the 30th of July, I will do at least 2 hours Mari session, continue on this, know the workflow in Mari. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, it's gonna be more live sessions and real tutorials. I'm gonna do a material based series. I'm gonna mix in some Renderman specific stuff, also photogrammetry, and I'm gonna take a look at how I do HDR capture in the future as well. So yeah, there's exciting things coming, and stay tuned. And yeah, see you on Sunday then. See you. Bye bye.